Book 185. Good morning, good morning. Welcome back to Morning Motivation with Matthew Daniels, and today I'm going to tell you guys about the sorcerer who controlled the birds. That's right, the sorcerer who controlled the birds. But what is Matthew Daniels talking about? A long time ago, in the land that we call Egypt today, a group of 5 sorcerers in training were practicing their craft in the temple of Ipit-Asut. 4 of these sorcerers were excelling in their studies, but one of them was not. The one who was not excelling at his studies was one of my ancestors, no less. And this is how I know of these events which took place. The 4 successful students began to tease the one who could not excel, and they made fun of him whenever their instructor was not around. They made him feel bad about himself, and they told him that he would never become a true sorcerer. You should go and tend to the pigs, they told him, knowing that the pig was unholy and those that tended to them were the lowest in society. You will never be a true sorcerer in the craft of Tahuti. This angered the unsuccessful student, and he devised in his heart a way to make them pay for their cruel words. One day, when no one was watching him, he stole away from his home and he traveled south to the temple of Tahuti. Only the official sorcerers were allowed inside, but this student snuck inside anyway. He searched through the scrolls, which he found within the inner chambers, until he came upon the one which he sought. Aha, he exclaimed, finding the scroll of spells written by the god Tahuti himself. Now we will see who the real sorcerer is. The student ran from the temple and found the 4 young men relaxing by the Nile River. Calling to them with a sinister voice, he held up the spell book of Tahuti for them to see and laughed uncontrollably when he saw the fear become etched on their faces. You should not have that, they called out. Opening the scroll, the student replied, and you should not have made fun of me. He then found the spell which would give him power over all the birds in the land, and he quickly recited the words of power before the others could overtake him. Go forth, he commanded the birds. Go forth and destroy those who hate me without cause. The winds began to blow hard, and all different types of birds began flying in from all around. There were so many of them that they blocked out the afternoon sun. The 4 young men screamed out in terror as the army of birds dove down from the sky. Then, one by one, the birds swooped down low and sunk their talons and beaks into the student holding the spell book. The student cried out in pain as pieces of his flesh were torn off and he began to bleed from his wounds. He dropped the spell book and tried to flee, but the birds were relentless. The other 4 students watched as the multitude of birds tore him to shreds as he screamed for help. Once the birds had taken his life, the other 4 students ran to the instructor and told him what happened. Indeed, the instructor said after hearing the tale, within his own heart, he hated himself more than any other person hated him. Only a person who hates themselves will attempt to do such evil with the spells of Tahuti. And so, the morning motivation of today is the sorcerer who controlled the birds. When others talk bad about us, it only hurts our heart when we believe the things that they say. Most times, we hate ourselves so much that the words of others descend us into dark places from which there is no escape. There is a secret to dealing with people who do not like you. The secret is simply to love yourself. If you truly love yourself and you are comfortable with the person that you are, then nothing another person can say will make you feel bad enough to wish to do evil. So today, find things about yourself to love, and this will guard your heart against all haters. Do not return evil for evil, and always strive to do that which is good. And remember, you are awesome, you are amazing, you are wonderful, and you are great. And you are going to change the world. I just hope I'm still alive to see it, family. I'm out. Good morning.